Number one for New Country, 98.1 KHAK. It's Bert and Courtlin, and we're being joined by one of the funniest, hottest comedians out there right now, hoping fully clothed this morning, Bert Kreischer joining us on the phones. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
We're doing great, and we're super excited that you are going to be in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I'm more excited than you are. I played Cedar Rapids one time in my entire life.
Okay.
Really?
When was that?
Yeah, one time, and I played Penguins.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, our
And
little comedy club.
Yep, I got hammered, and I walked. Brooks Wheelan is from Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
Brooks Wheelan was on Saturday Night Live. Hilarious stand-up comedian, and I got hammered at the club. We stayed late. I played Guitar Hero for the first time, and I walked out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, who's making cookies?"
Yes.
Oh, was it Crunchberry Day?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was the great, and like I was like, this might be the greatest place in the world. The whole place smells welcoming. It smells like grandma's home.
Okay, well, you got lucky because other days it smells like trash. So really, it's a toss-up.
It is. Bert going to be playing the Paramount Theater in Cedar Rapids. You'll love that venue. It is an awesome place to see and play a show.
Much bigger than Penguins.
Yeah. Welcome back to Cedar Rapids in March.
Oh, I can't wait. It's so funny. The earliest places I ever played was what's the other place that Penguins was? The guy at Penguins was really good to me, and so I would play at Cedar Rapids and what's the Quad Cities? It's where I met Tommy John again.
Okay.
But it's so funny. I thought I'd be like a big Iowa act. I was like, this is it. Better get ready for the B-Man. And I played there once. I've never been back.
Well, as soon as I found out you were coming to Cedar Rapids, I was online with the pre-sale code to get tickets. I was so excited. And then Brain was like, hey, guess what? We get to talk to Bert Kreischer. So I had to write out questions in my phone because I knew I was going to be freaking out and I wasn't going to remember what they were.
Oh, I'm dying to hear these questions. By the way, I never have questions for my podcast. I always go I'll just wing it. And then every now and then I'm literally staring at someone like Craig Ferguson going, all right, what do we talk about next?
Well, I know that one of the main focuses that you talk a lot about in your act is your daughters. And they sound like the most hilarious people on the planet. I was just wondering if they care that you talk about them so much.
They, the last secret time, they were oblivious to the fact that I was trashing them as much as I was.
They had no idea.
They saw it and they're like, whoa. And then this special, they definitely had notes. They were like, all right, hold on one second, Dad. We gotta live with these stories you're telling about us. But then they do the dumbest things where I go, this morning, my daughter, I ran a phone line from our house to the man cave so that I could talk on the phone, do these interviews in the man cave. So there is an old school phone line from my house through my backyard to the man cave. I walk into the house, and my daughter Isla is standing on the phone line. She goes, how was that last conversation, huh? I said, it was fine. And she goes, yeah, could it come through? Oh. And I was like, honey, it's not like a hose. You can't kink it. And then my other daughter, yesterday, we're in the car, and we were talking about someone had a couple of boyfriends. And my daughter Georgia goes, how many? And the girl goes, a couple. And Georgia goes, yeah, is it 4 or 5? I go, honey, a couple's 2. And she goes, no, it's not. A couple's 3, 4, 5. I go, no. A couple is exactly 2. That's why Mom and I are a couple, because we're 2 people. So they are legit mouth breathers. I call them window licking ninnies. But
oh my God.
Bert, I have 3 kids, 15, 11, and 9. I have 2 daughters who are 11 and 9. And my 15-year-old son is at the point where he's like, Dad, I no longer want to hear my name on the radio in the way that you use it. And I'm afraid my daughters are going to get there because kids are a wealth of material.
Oh my God. It's so funny. And I think things have changed a tad bit because when I was a young comic, you never saw older comics talking about their families. It was you just didn't see it. Everything was edgy and young. And I think comedy's gotten to a place now where it's so many people our age are watching it. We're talk about stuff we relate to. We're not old anymore. Back in the day, 40 was 60.
Yeah.
Now 40 is 25.
That's so good to hear him say that.
And 25-year-olds are babies.
Yeah.
And 25-year-olds shouldn't have the right to speak out loud in public, in my opinion.
See,
I don't think vocal cords should develop until you're 30. I think you can say sentences like, can I take your order? But that's it.
Well, I'm glad I'm 28 then. I'm just over the age limit.
Oh, my God. It's Braden Courtlin. We are talking with Bert Kreischer. He is in Cedar Rapids for his Birdie Boy tour at the Paramount Theater. I got to ask you about The Machine. I think a lot of people came to know and love you from The Machine. I read that they are even considering turning that into a movie. Is that a rumor or is that true?
They're not even considering it. It's happening.
The Machine, the movie.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I sold the rights to Legendary Films, and we're in development. We're looking to start shooting in June. I'm sure it'll be a little later than that, but that's when my schedule is open, and it's awesome. I can't tell you the story that we're writing. All I can tell you is that this movie will be like The Godfather 2.
Oh boy.
That's our log line.
I can't remember a time where I have been so engrossed in a comedian's story, and you know, they always say it. Oh, this is true. This really happened to me. But that happened to you.
That's the reason it went viral. This is the most interesting part of the story, if you ask me, and I've heard this story a lot. But the best part is that, you know, I posted it probably 4 years ago on social media. I posted it on Facebook, and what happened was, when people shared the story, as a lot of people did, and thank you anyone that did, when people shared the story, the top comment from my page became the first comment on their page. That's the first comment you would see on their page. And the top comment from my page was left by a woman named Kristen Hodgson. And her comment read, I was in Bert's Russian class. I was on this trip. This story's 100% true. He robbed us. And so that one comment, I talked to Kristen a lot. I'm keeping in touch with her now. She lives in Minneapolis. I know a lot about her now. But that one comment is the reason the story went viral, because people saw that and they're like, and then what's even crazier, she tagged everyone in my class. So everyone in my class was like, yeah, he robbed me. They stole my camera. They stole a bunch of, and so that one comment changed my life.
I saw a photo of you yesterday in a fanny pack, and I was like, wow, that's a look right there.
Yeah. When I robbed that train, I was wearing a purple Kelsey fanny pack. So I can tell you I remember that story so vividly. And now all my classmates, you know, I've kept in touch with all of them. They were, you know, I think they've gotten past the robbery.
Yeah.
But they send me photos. Like, they'll be like, oh, just so you know, I found some photos. And they'll either screen grab them and digitally send them to me, or send them to me. One kid sent me our syllabus that from the trip. He goes, yo, I had 2 syllabuses. I thought you'd enjoy this. And it's got everyone's names, their phone numbers from college.
Oh,
no one had email addresses yet. Like, no one had email. It's hilarious.
Wow, yeah, that's an amazing story. And we do have one more question for you. We want to know why you take your shirt off. When did that start? How did that happen?
I used to rip my shirt off as a joke. Like, I'd get on stage, rip my shirt off, and kill a beer, and then I'd put my shirt back on, and it was just fun. And then one night, I was in Columbus, and I ripped it off, and someone was like, and and then something happened, and the energy changed. I focused somewhere else, and then it came back, and I went to put my shirt on, and this lady in the back goes, keep it off. And I was like, really? And she goes, keep it off. And so I kept it off, and I got off stage, and someone was like, man, I can't believe you did an hour's worth of material with no shirt. Can you imagine how good that's going to be when you put a shirt on? So in my head, I thought, oh, that's like running with sandbags on your feet. So that when I go to do my special, when I throw my shirt on, this material is going to be so much better because I'll have a shirt on. And then I went to do the special, and I was like, whoa, I haven't done stand-up with a shirt in like 9 years. Like, what am I going to all of a sudden wear a shirt? I'm so uncomfortable in a shirt on stage. It is ridiculous. And so I did it with my shirt off, and now next thing you know, it's like I've been doing it. I've been doing stand-up for probably 15 years without a shirt, and I get uncomfortable with a shirt on.
I don't think you would. It doesn't look right. I don't know if I can handle Bert Kreischer fully clothed.
Yeah, I don't like. And then everyone was like, "What if you lose weight?" And then we did Sober October this year, and I lost like 35 pounds.
Yeah.
And I just saw the first cut of my special. I'm still fat as crap. I'm like still overweight. So, yeah, you can't see. I don't look skinny at all, and it's the best shape I've been in my adult life.
Yeah, listen, when you're up there without a shirt off, it gives me something to strive towards. I'm like, look at that. There's a guy who's not ashamed to show what he's got.
Dude, the best compliment I got was Letterman said in an interview that's coming out. He talked about my special, and he goes, I see this guy, he's got his shirt off. He goes, absolutely hilarious, but he never mentions why he takes his shirt off. And then like 25 minutes later, you forget that his shirt's off, and you're just watching the material because the material's that good. And I was like, dude, I got this clip from a guy doing a documentary, this guy Mike Binder. He sent it to me. He goes, I thought you'd like this. I sent it to my dad. My dad called within 30 seconds. He's like, buddy, can you believe that? Letterman doesn't even realize you're a moron.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Bert Kreischer at the Paramount Theater, March 29th. Can't wait to have you back in Cedar Rapids. If everybody else hasn't checked it out, Secret Time on Netflix. I know The Machine is on there too. Bert, it's great to talk to you this morning.
Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Courtlin, thank you so much for listening to the podcast.
Oh, my God. You just said my name, and it just felt really weird inside. So I'm very excited.